everybody. Welcome back to Space Engineers, where today, this is almost directly after the last recording. So, the plan for today is I want to head back towards the respawn pod to try to find some nickel. Because that is still the only thing that we're missing. So, let's turn on everything. Going ahead, detach the ship. Let's start heading back towards the respawn pod. So I remember there was a lot of nickel around there, and that's why I didn't collect a whole lot of it. Because I didn't think it was going to be, mandatory. So, I'm going to try to fly my way over there. Supposedly there's high winds again. So, let's go ahead and get up to altitude. And I don't think I marked any of the spots down. But also, since the respawn pod is dead, I'm also thinking about salvaging it. Although I don't know if that's going to change my respawn point further. Because at least until we get the respawn back at the base, it's going to be hell to try to get back to the house. And at least a long walk. At the very least. Alright. So, I'm also going to be keeping an eye out for any ore nodes on the way there. Because I do recall there being big cobalt nodes around here. Alright, I need to focus up so I don't hit the mountain here. Because that would be bad. Alright. So, let us... I think we're almost to the point where we can see the house. Alright, it is weather clear. Actually, wait, no, I did dismantle the house. So we wouldn't be seeing a whole lot other than the respawn pod still sitting here. Alright, so... yeah, I'm starting to see some of the pockmarks where the house was. Alright, we should be seeing some nickel around here, hopefully. So... oh, that one's off. Alright. So we're slowing down now. I'm going to turn on the light. So there's the respawn pod. Oh wait, no, I didn't destroy the house. Also, when the hell could this thing zoom? I just tried that, and that is actually a really smooth zoom. What the hell? Well, anyways, on that note, I guess we can land there and try to figure out what to do. Because, I mean, it's not like that base hasn't been producing power this whole time. Because I do believe it has. Alright, let's take a closer look at what we're working with here. Alright, I'm starting to see a lot of the pockmarks around. So there is the house. Let's start taking a turn towards there. Alright, so forward is that way. Alright. Need to remember that this camera angle is like reversed. Kinda reversed. God, this is a funky system. I don't know why the hell I built it like this. But yeah, I think I remember taking all the useful parts from here and leaving it as basically a recharge station for the ship. So if I can maneuver my way here. Alright, I do believe that is it, mostly. Let us attach. There we go. Alright, and then I set this. Alright. So now, how much power has this base got? Not a lot, but I mean, got some. That means that I can abuse the heck out of this amount of power that we've got. So let's check on some of these. This one's already been looted. And there's got to be some nickel around here somewhere. Also been debating on moving the house to that really nice sandy bank area that we found during, I think, a couple episodes ago. But is there any nickel used in any of these? Oh, I never fully dismantled this, huh? Also, is this working again, or is it just dead now? No, that's dead. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, there's got to be some nickel. If push comes to shove, I could always go looking for some nodes around here. Problem being, I'm just not going to be able to bring as much of it back. There's some silicone here. Don't need silicone, though. Nope. Nothing there. There's magnesium there. Not a huge need for magnesium right now. That's ice. Come on, there's got to be some nickel somewhere. Has this one been looted? I don't know, I don't see anything here. Okay, I need to remember the respawn pod is back the way I came. This is gold. I'll take the gold ore. Alright. Come on, there's gotta be something out here. Nickel at all? That's more ice. How the hell is there so little nickel out here? Ow. That's more ice. Okay. So yeah, I think it's official. We need to start looking for nodes out here. Because I do recall seeing one. I just don't think I marked it on the map because I didn't need nickel at the time. Nope. I'm not doing that. Alright. Not to mention I also emptied out the container here. Everything but ice, because I didn't need ice. Okay, then I guess it's time for us to try to take our flight again. I may also really quickly go ahead and close up the flower. Just to go ahead and make it a little easier to land next time. Alright, well. Let us then power everything back on. Put that to auto. Alright. Detach and let fly. But I think I recall it being somewhere in this direction. So I'm going to try taking a peek over here, see if I can't find something. I remember there being an iron node out here. That's 100% for sure. Also, there appears to be an unknown signal out here, so I can go ahead and grab that while I'm out here too. This one probably won't give me jack diddly, but hey, I found it. Alright, let's slow our roll. And start landing. Oh, some pockmarks here too. And cure chunk. Alright. Nice smooth landing there. Anything in these? Not that I can see. Alright. Tube. Give me something. Nope. Alright, fine. There's not even a storage thing on this one. Oh wait, no. The whole thing is a storage. Come on. Got some motors and some steel plates. Not exactly what I'm here for, but I did see a pockmark over here. There is some more over here. Nickel! Yes! Finally! I didn't think I'd be so happy to find nickel. Where's my nickel? You're joking me, right, game? You're yanking the chain. There's definitely some nickel here. You son of a gun. That was just mean. Come on. One time I found nickel. It's the friggin' phantom block over here. Is this one nickel too? Come on, be nickel. That is ice. Is it? No, it's cobalt. Silver? Okay, it did say silver. That was not silver, that was cobalt. 100% cobalt. Oh boy, okay. Guess. Let's try to find wherever else it may be. Maybe there was cobalt. But if I find this one, iron cluster, where was it? Ice base. Is that one? Unknown and respawn pod. So where the hell is this iron cluster then? Always visible. Where? Ice base. No? Okay. Well, it just refuses to show me then. Fine then. Screw you too. Okay, I'm going to try to look closer to home base. Maybe there's some out here in the area between the plateau and the actual ice sheet. I'm halfway tempted to go in and try to strap a ore detector onto this thing and see if we can find anything. Because this search for nickel is driving me insane. No, maybe I should go in and check on top of the other plateau. The one out there in the desert. I really don't know where the hell this nickel could be. That was when I wish I had something like a scanner mod or something. Let me just pulse to find it. Not seeing anything on top of these. Let's check over here maybe? So I don't want to run this thing dry just yet. But I may need to go riding around in the car to try to find some. Oh, lag spike. Oh no. Not a good time for lag spike, game. Thank you. Give me back control. Alright. Yeah, I'm not seeing anythings. Question is, where is best to find them? And the answer to that question, I have no clue. So, let's pull up a little bit. I'm probably going to go and check that plateau real quick. because I don't think we checked up there for anything. Is that something down there? I see something phasing in and out. I think it's just a bush. But now is when I want to go in and put it on like cruise control and just avoid the mountain and just look around through the searchlight. So if I can find something through the searchlight, that would be extremely nice. So I'll set that going. Let's look around. We got some trees down there. Got some more trees. I think we slowed down. Yeah, keep going towards over there. I don't see anything though. Nope. More trees. More trees. I don't think we've rendered in this land before, so maybe there's something. Nada. Oh boy. This is getting annoying. Oh, I thought I heard a storm going and I was about to be really, really afraid. Alright. Well, let's start heading back to base then. Because right now we don't have a way to find more nickel other than just stones. And I don't think we're going to be picking up enough right now. Alright. We'll check the route back for anything. There's maybe something there. But this land is completely flat. Nothing down there. Nothing there. Nothing. There's home base though. Now I gotta go and start lining up to land. I'm apparently 2 kilometers in the sky. Alright, well. Let's start descending rapidly. Alright. So maybe I can take the truck on a drive to find at least a nickel deposit, maybe? Problem is getting it on and off the ice. Because it is prone to, well, going prone, basically. Because of how I built it, and because of how the pockmarks on the ice look, it is kind of hard to drive it. But let's get lined up. Oh, I probably should come in at an angle here. Alright. There we go. Wrong side. Alright. Angle it back, and we are out. I was about to say we are golden, but I don't think we're golden. Alright. Nope. Need to remember how the hell this thing controls, because it ain't great. Alright. That should be good. Alright. I could have just flown up here. Attach. Yep, you're good. So, turn off everything. Set those to recharge. Recharge your weary batteries. So I'm going to deposit all the extra stuff we've gotten. Okay, I'm going to go and restock my nitrogen. Come on, where is the hydrogen tank? There we go. Alright, so now we're going to take the truck out for a run. Probably out that way. So, let's go ahead, detach, set those to auto. You're back online. Let's not hit this pockmark. So let's start heading towards the original respawn pod. And then once I hit land, I'm going to turn on our looking systems. So I can start trying to find this stuff. Alright. So now, there's ice, there's silicon, yes, yes. Come on, I need nickel. Gotta be some nickel out here. Then of course seeing yellow on yellow is gonna be really annoying. So, let's try to get to nice green grassland. And let's keep moving. I wonder how fast this thing can reach its top speeds. There shouldn't be too many pockmarks out here just yet. So, nothing anything wise, so I guess editor me cut till I hopefully find something back in. I haven't found anything yet, but I'm going to have a change of course and start heading towards the desert this way in hopes that I can hopefully find some nickel there. So I guess editor me continue to cut until I find something. Alright, I've been driving around for, I kid you not, nearly 30 minutes and I have not picked up a single ore at all. So I found this unknown signal that just landed while I've been sitting here trying to wait out the fog, because I can't see jack diddly with the fog. But I'm going to come up to this unknown signal and open it up. Hopefully I get something good. So I've yet to get anything really crazy out of these. So, what do you got, unknown signal? And park. Alright, what you got? Baton. Nada. Nickel! You're a lifesaver. What's in that access panel? I don't know. But I got some nickel. Maybe I should go and check the other ones. Where are the rest of them? So ice base over there, respawn pod over there. There's me. Okay, so there isn't any else out here. Damn it. But how much nickel did I get? That's 72. Can I check? I can also undo one of the enhanced drills. I think that gives a bit of nickel. So I think it's time we start heading back to base. I will keep the search on the entire way back. But I guess editor me cut until I'm heading into parking here. Back in, I'm leveling up, but also I think I found a resource node over here that I am going to be taking a peek at before I head home. So, let's hope it's at least some nickel. What the hell? Hold the phone, what the hell was that? Oh, lovely. A nice hole into space. This wouldn't happen to do anything, would it? Okay, good, it's still sand. I had my hand hovering over the X button so I didn't just fall. Okay. Good to note that that is there. Anyways, resource node, come on, be some nickel. Come on, be some nickel. It looks nickel-y-ish. Silicon, damn it. Well, do I need to grab it? I can grab some rocks from it at least. Let's head over here and park for a minute. This will give it some time to go ahead and think up where the next stuff is. We can at least get some rocks from here. Well, if push comes to shove, we've got silicon. Yep. We got silicon at the wazoo. Let me dump all this into there. Alright, well. And I have to remember that my little resource finder, the ore detector, is sitting at maximum range, and it's still not finding anything. This whole drive, it hasn't found anything. Like, not a single ore deposit. Makes me wonder if it's actually working or not. Maybe I should turn it off and turn it back on again. Maybe it'll find something. But either way, let's go on ahead, pick up all the stone and silicon here. Yep. Alright. I guess editor me, cut till I'm pulling into the house. Alright. We are almost back at base. Just moving a little fast for my liking here. But, so we're moving back into base. We've got a crap load of stones from the silicon. And at least a little bit of silicon from the silicon. So I'm going to try to find a good spot to enter into the base ice sheet here. And realizing I'm still moving extremely fast, I'm going to try to slow down a bit. Alright. Now that we have pumped the brakes a little bit, I feel a little bit safer trying to head down towards the base. But I also need to remember that the base is down a slope. It is never kind. And I need to worry about the ice sheet. There we go. I think that was the perfect slide into it. Alright. Oh, that's still on? I need to go turn that off. But anyways, we're back. Ow. Okay. I think I broke something. Looks like repairs are already in order. Okay, let's try to get this thing lined up. Pirate. What? There's a pirate relay there? Why is it green? Oh wait, am I friends with the pirates? I think I became friends with the pirates because I was killing off so many of these damn annoying wolves. Alright. Slow the roll. Come on. There we go. Put those and that. Alright. Let's get up here. What needs to be repaired is another good question that I need to answer shortly. It sounds like one of these hit. Was it this side? Well, everything looks perfectly fine to me. So I'm going to say that it was just a trick of the light. And nothing else to it. So I'm going to load up all these stones into here. And I think I just need to let that process in hopes that I can get enough nickel out of this to make what I need. And what nickel I did get, I'm going to dump into where it needs to be, aka the assembler. So, we're still short by nearly, actually over 100 nickel. So, all I can hope for is that this amount of stone gives me enough. And that all the silicon gets used somewhere. Alright. Cargo container, still got a bunch of silicon. Got 12k in stone there. Alright. Maybe once I make an actual garage, I can go on ahead and just unload all the stuff, not manually anymore. Okay, looks like this is going to be a good place to finish up that dump there. Alright. Hopefully we get a good amount of nickel out of this. So I guess all we can do is just sit here and wait. Go ahead and turn on the assembler and refinery. Let those two go at it. I'll turn off the searchlight because I didn't realize it was still on. Alright. So while this works its magic, hopefully we can make our med bay soon. We almost have it. Maybe? I think that's a maybe. Either way, I'm going to keep dumping rocks in. Actually, never mind. We already ran out of rocks. This thing chomps through the amount of rocks that I give it like mad. It's chomping through the cobalt. And the silicon. Jump through the silicon like easy too. But I'm gonna ask it to do that. Okay, each one generates a full nickel ingot. Which means I may just need to go and grab a crap load of stone with the truck. Which reminds me I need to come over here and uncompress the truck. And relock that. Low winds. Now we're good. Alright. The question is, which holds more? And which one should I bring to grab stones? This one is a little harder to land. Maybe I should swap this out for a connector piece instead down here. And then put another inset connector somewhere over there. Make an actual landing spot for it. I mean, we've got the iron. Right? I think we do. For a full connector piece. Let's see. Connector. There we go. So I want an inset connector. And a small blocks connector. Alright. So if I can do that, then I can go on ahead and actually give this thing a little bit of a spot to live, basically, instead of it just kind of perching there. Although I am realizing a normal one might be better because of the legs. Alright, well, let's go on ahead and get to building, I guess. Never hurts to have a little bit of extra space on the base, you know? Alright. So if we put a connector block there, and hover the ship for a little bit, because it will need to be off the ground, basically. So we need to turn that on, turn 9 on, and detach it so I can get a little bit of height. Alright, so now that that's up there and I'm down here, I can get rid of this rotor and put a connector down. Alright, so connector. Oh, it's already there. Alright, so connector right there looks good. Wow, that needs a lot of pieces, huh? Steel plates, construction comps. Let's get those going. Small steel tubes. Motors and computers. Wait, why do I have large steel tubes on there? These don't go in this compartment. They go in the big boys drawer. Alright. Computer, correct? Yep, and motor. Motors. So that is that one done. Now, I probably shouldn't have sent that one so far up. So let's bring you down a peg. So that way I can actually work on you. And I am going to get rid of that and empty my inventory real quick because I just realized it is still full. But I need the steel plates so I can make the connector connection. Alright. Yeah, that's the battery down there. I don't want to mess with the battery. I need a 3x3 slot open. And this seems like the best slot. Come on. I don't want to accidentally break the battery or the gyros or anything. So I'm trying my best not to hit any of that. There we go. Alright. So now I just need to get rid of the camera. I'll rebuild that in a moment. Alright. So that could get in the way when trying to land, actually. Can I build an inset connector for the small bit? I can? Question mark? Yeah, I can. It doesn't stick out nearly as much, but it may still get in the way when trying to land on the wild. So construction comps and small steel tubes. So what I need... Alright, small steel tubes, construction comps, motor, computer, steel plates, motor, computer, and steel plates. Steel plates, computer. I hear you. Damn wolves. Alright. So now that that's done, can they shut the hell up? Oh, that's right. I need to put down the new camera. I'll put it back here still. So I need 7 to put down the camera there. Steel plates, computers. Alright. So now, if I go ahead, set this camera to view, and then set a new thing here for the parking. The switch lock. Alright. And ready to lock. Boom, baby. That is a lot nicer of a connection. So now I can go on ahead, turn off everything and set things to recharge here. And that is a functioning recharge station. I just need to deal with these damnable dogs. Hey, get the hell out of here. I know there's more of you. I heard you. That was not the noise of one, that was the noise of many. Where the hell are the rest of you? More raw mammal meat. Why? I don't know. Put it in there for whatever reason. But I'm going to go and get my refill on hydrogen whilst I'm waiting for the rest of those stupid dogs to show up. Alright. Where is hydrogen tank? There we go. boom, boom, done. So now that we've got both of these on actual connector points, I could probably go and try to get some stone for this. So how much stone, how much nickel am I missing? I've already done with that, so I just need 70 ingots of nickel. So you've got 3 there, you've got 8 here. Just making sure I got everything correct here. Wasn't there another thing that had more med pack things? No? Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna go on a drilling trip solo off camera. So, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this episode of Space Engineers. And yeah, hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.